There's one thing that nobody, no company or no competitor can compete with, and that's your story. I believe that we very often get depressed or frustrated with when we look at a certain exciting area of the market that we want to pursue, or any career shift that we want to get to. Specifically when you're actually trying to compete as a company, as a freelancer, to build and scale your business. But I believe that's relevant even when you're actually working within a company structure. When it comes to, well, the story behind the music. And we can all do online courses, offline courses, do studies, universities. Everybody can do that. And that's pretty standard, and we can do a lot of that. But there's one thing that, and we can try to compete with that, I guess. But there's one thing nobody can compete with, and that's your story, that's my story. Because each person's story is an absolute individual element of that person. And you can't really compete with that in any way, shape, or form. And that's pretty powerful, specifically lately, when we can actually share our stories through these different mediums, through video, through blogs, through vlogs, through stories on Instagram, posting our photographs or pictures, combining them with text and all of those different ways of actually putting ourselves out there. And it's pretty powerful to, first of all, listen to the stories that people put down, but also looking inside and figuring out your own story to tell. And I believe that everyone has one story to tell. I actually found in me that I'm kind of a story gatherer. So every element in my life I'm looking at from a perspective, is it going to be a cool story to tell one day? There's a lot of elements in my life, and I'm sure in yours as well, that we're struggling with, we're getting frustrated by. It's difficult, it's a valley of darkness. And I try to look at these elements of our lives slightly differently now. I try to use them or embrace those elements and see them as value, as something that we have to push through and then have a story to tell. And that story, when you actually tell it from a certain distance in time, is not as frustrating anymore. It becomes your power, and it becomes something that differentiates you significantly from anybody else. So I would say embrace the struggles, embrace the frustration, and turn it into stories, because that's what nobody can compete with. I'll see you around.